improve the theory section, improve the methodology section, improve the research problem design section, improve the analytical part, what you propose to analyze. So we would, until we are happy, because there's no point in approving a loosely structured research proposal, because you might get into trouble. But at least the supervisor and the student should have a clear understanding. Okay, I am heading towards Katragam. You see, there is no way you can get stuck at Goal or Kalutara or somewhere else. You see, you must end up at the Katragam. So the proposal is all about what is your final point, how we are going to reach that, whether via Goal Road or Katragam, Ratnapur or whatever, things like that. This is all about it. You see, so once that part is clear, you will be in a good position to start your work. So these 3 months is extremely important if you are heavily burdened with your office work or some family commitments, etc. Then of course this is not the time for you to enroll in this program, because there is no way you can delay your work at this stage. Once the proposal is approved, let us say you want to go abroad. You can always say that please I wish to defer my studies, PhD studies, as I have to go abroad for 5 months and 6 months. You could do it, but so therefore that happens, you see, and the people go on maternity and various job transfer, or sometimes I have seen some students say, okay, actually a couple of people under the previous regime, they were appointed as the ambassadors to European region, etc. So that's fine, you see, then they are for deferment, that's allowed, you see. But once the proposal is there, it will be bit, things get outdated, but that's a different story. But initially you have made a breakthrough. So therefore these 3 months are going to be extremely important, and make sure you devote at least every day, at least 2 hours. You see, that's minimum, right? For this particular thing, because we will make sure that the lot of assignments are being given to you all, which forces you to think hard about your topic, etc. Right. All right. This one is very important. I can cite if you could turn to page number, tail end of your proposal, there is annex number 1, progress report format. This is very important because I had a pretty nasty experience with one of the foreign students. So I had a look at his file and I said, whereas you have not submitted your progress report. He said, no sir, I saw it. He said it was not given. I said, no, given. Then I said, if you want, we can send the email in soft copy. He said, no, give us a hard copy, we are here. I said, there's no need for us to give you all these things. It's given in the very outset in the program. He said, no, I thought it's only for the research methodology question. So please make sure this particular progress review is for the entire period of your post program. What you do is you fill up what you did, and then after pass it on to your supervisor. That guy will make some endorsement, and it goes to then goes to the course coordinator, and it goes to your file. Anytime you also can have a look at it. You also need sometimes, let's say suddenly the organization wants you to wants a progress report. You don't have to worry. You can borrow your file from here and just have a look at it. You see, and also let us say, in fact, it happened even for the entire student body here. Just a student. She wanted to do her PhD with the supervisor living abroad. 2 ladies anyway, right? So for in person, that's fine. I said okay. And they asked me whether it's not registered. I said absolutely no. You see, modern world, whether you live here or in Sydney or New York, it doesn't matter. You see, Skype is there, and all kinds of facilities are there. Absolutely, I have absolutely no problem. In fact, I have seen some foreign examiners do a far better job than the guys, super senior professors who are living here, because they don't read, they don't have time, it's difficult to get an appointment. Foreign guy, he will say, okay, Sunday at 9 o'clock, and he will log on, and you are supposed to do it, you see. So things like, so this partnership went on initially, and they wanted me to issue letters. Issuing letters, you see, anybody who does administration, that's our hobby, you see. There's no problem. So that was done. So this partnership went on quite some time. Then this student, anyway, you see, being a female and academic, they have their other administrative responsibilities. as a university person, I understand it. So it went on for quite some time. This is got delayed, but you see, we never force students, you see, because this is your PhD. We will never ever force you to do some work. If you have a personal problem, if you tell, we appreciate that, We also will, when you ask for a deferment, we support it at the faculty board level. But it has to be done by the student. So suddenly, after 4.5 months, years time, this person says, student come and say, sir, I want to, I can't work with this person. I said, work with the other supervisors. Right? If you are not happy with them, I will assign another person. But give us a note, because I have no, say, when I appoint, let's say, let us say, Professor Indala as your supervisor, that goes to the faculty board and the Senate and the council. Once it is approved, no one can change it. Vice Chancellor, UG Chairman, Chairman, no President cannot change it, because it has gone through the normal process. Now, if you want to change it, then you have to make a request, right? So then say, you have to say, okay, it's not available, but wait. But we are going to ask him also, other party also, right? Anyway, you see, I said, give me a note now, see. So she was reluctant. I said, then that is you sort it out with your own, see. And it became a big issue. Anyway, I said, give us a note. So later on, and the other party also, other lecture supervisor, she said, this person consulted me and all kinds of issues, right? So you have to be very diplomatic in this kind of situation. There is the candidate wants to collect a PhD. There is a supervisor who also, when they also undertake a supervision, they book time, right? For their own university, they have reporting. So I understand the responsibility of both sides. But unless these two parties talk to each other, there is no way I could intervene and sort things out, right? Anyway, you see, I managed to get the student to some other, my job was to some other get the student to submit the thesis. So I used the delaying tactic and talk to the other supervisor and got him to concentrate more and look after the overall aspects of the thesis. So thank God, anyway, the female lecturer decided to withdraw from the scene. So of course, there again, I was on a strong weekend because I looked at the file. All the documents were signed by there were no progress reports actually, right? This because she being a university lecturer has not submitted anything. But if there were reports, of course, the main supervisor used to explain me, in our normal progress review meeting. So therefore, it is very important that you submit your progress reports. Later on, halfway through, supervisor cannot say, okay, you are not doing work, because here you say I did this, and he will have to endorse it. You see, if he is not having, he also has to. Therefore, this progress report is an important thing when we go abroad. I mean, I used to do it. We all used to do it. And of course, in a foreign country, what happens is, if your work is not satisfactory, they inform the visa officer, right? So they don't extend their visas, right? Here, he will not go to that direction. Progress report part is okay. Then other important points: students' responsibilities, supervisors' responsibilities, plagiarism. I think all these things are spelled out in simple language here. You have a main responsibility as PhD candidates. I told you you are treated in par with senior members of the faculty. You have your own responsibilities as well as supervisors have. If they are not supervising your work, if you are not getting enough advice, don't wait for the last moment. Tell us either formally or informally. If the matter is very serious, then I'll ask for some written note. Otherwise, we will personally talk to them and sort things out. Otherwise, we will make some alternative arrangement. Do not wait for the last minute. If you are not getting any advice, guidance, on their part, it is very unethical and unprofessional for a senior academic to accept the supervision responsibility of supervision and not helping the students. So therefore, that part is important. And the other one is plagiarism. I have a lawyer here, senior lawyer. I would also ask him. This is a very serious matter because of when I was doing my PhD long time back, you see, only type, no computers, you see. So that time the issue of plagiarism didn't come, you see, did not come up. But now the things are available. So there are software by which we can check plagiarism. But I have seen many colleagues, you see, say, if we take these two ladies and this gentleman, the writing styles are different, right? Now, if I copy bit from her, bit from her, bit from him, and things like that, immediately you get no. If you read it, you are right. You see. So I have seen colleagues. For example, one chapter I sent it to Dean Science. He said, Sunil, there is blatant plagiarism. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to highlight? I said, that's your job. You are the dean also, right? And that guy came and he said, okay, what is this? I know that. So immediately, you get caught, you see. And we have rejected many registrations on the grounds of plagiarism. So there are facilities, please make use of them. But do not, please do not copy chunks and chunks. Recently also there was a thesis on master's, it's a master's degree. There again examiners immediately detected. They said this chunk is new. And also one of the students, that person is working on myself and somebody else is supervising it. I look at the overall thing. That person, I said, my colleague was look at the theory part. And last Friday, actually, we had the progress review meeting. Student gave us this much of material. So I said, of course, I gave my comments, etc. Then my colleague, he said, he came for the meeting with this much of bundle of articles. And he said, this section is from this article. This section is from this article. No, you can change, just propositions, conjunctions, one and two there, you see. But still, you see, it's others material. He said, you can't write a thesis on that, you see. So therefore, the examiners will definitely check. You get caught, you see. And you yourself can do it. So therefore, there are material. Please make use of all this material, but make it your own piece of work. That is very important.
Sir, just an interruption now. I just went through the timetable. Do we have a session on referencing as a separate section? Because the question immediately came to my mind is,